All right, we have an update now on that breaking news in San Francisco, where a woman has been seriously injured after being hit by an autonomous vehicle.
KTVU's Zach Sauce just arrived on scene there on 5th Street, just south of Market. He joins us live with the very latest. Zach, what can you tell us here?
It's been a really bad day for General Motors. They just reported their Q3 earnings, and I guess they made so much money that UAW decided to strike one of their most important factories that build their full-size SUVs. But the pain doesn't end there. Cruise, their autonomous taxi service, lost $700 million this past quarter, making no notable revenue at all. It sounds bad, doesn't it? But wait, there's more. The California Department of Motor Vehicles just suspended Cruise's driverless taxi permit and released a scathing letter which stems from an incident where a Cruise vehicle ran over a pedestrian. I'll read it for you now. The Autonomous Vehicle Testing Permit, Driverless Vehicles, issued to Cruise LLC, is hereby suspended immediately for violations pursuant to California Vehicle Code 38750D3 and California Code of Regulations, CCR, Title 13, Division 1, Chapter 1, Article 3.7, Section 227.42, B, 5, and C. Facts. On October 2nd, 2023, at approximately 9:30 p.m., an accident occurred on or around 5th and Market Streets in San Francisco. A pedestrian was struck while in the crosswalk by an unknown third-party vehicle and fell into the path of a Cruise autonomous vehicle, or AV. The AV initiated a hard braking maneuver and came to a complete stop. During the course of performing the hard braking maneuver, the AV collided with and ran over the pedestrian. After coming to a complete stop, the AV subsequently attempted to perform a pull-over maneuver while the pedestrian was underneath the vehicle. The AV traveled approximately 20 feet and reached a speed of 7 miles per hour before coming to a subsequent and final stop. The pedestrian remained under the vehicle. On October 3rd of 2023, representatives of the Department of Motor Vehicles and the California Highway Patrol met with representatives from Cruise to discuss the accident. During the meeting, the department was shown video footage of the accident captured by the AV's onboard cameras. The video footage presented to the department ended with the AV's initial stop, following the hard braking maneuver. Footage of the subsequent movement of the AV to perform a pullover maneuver was not shown to the department, and Cruise did not disclose that any additional movement of the vehicle had occurred after the initial stop of the vehicle. The department only learned of the AV's subsequent movement via discussions with another government agency. The department requested Cruise provide a copy of the video with additional footage, which was received by the department on October 13th, 2023. The basis of the suspension. Number 1. 13 CCR, Section 227.42c. However, the department shall immediately suspend or revoke the manufacturer's testing permit or a manufacturer's testing permit driverless vehicles if a manufacturer is engaging in a practice in such a manner that immediate suspension is required for the safety of persons on a public road. After coming to an initial stop following the accident, the autonomous vehicle attempted to perform a pullover maneuver while the pedestrian was under the vehicle. This action increased the risk of and may have caused further injury to the pedestrian. The subsequent maneuvering of the vehicle indicates that Cruise's vehicles may lack the ability to respond in a safe and appropriate manner during incidents involving a pedestrian, so as not to unnecessarily put the pedestrian or others at risk of further injury. Although the accident involved a vehicle operating under Cruise's deployment permit, the behavior of the vehicle raises concerns that vehicles operated under Cruise's driverless testing permit also lack the ability to respond in a safe and appropriate manner during incidents involving a pedestrian. Until the department can make a determination regarding the safe operation of the vehicles, the continued operation of Cruise's driverless test vehicles on public roads poses an unreasonable risk to the public. Number 2. 13 CCR Section 227.42b5. Any act or omission of the manufacturer or one of its agents, employees, contractors, or designees, which the department finds makes the conduct of autonomous vehicle testing on public roads by the manufacturer an unreasonable risk to the public. During the meeting on October 3rd, 2023, Cruise failed to disclose that the AV executed a pullover maneuver that increased the risk of and may have caused further injury to the pedestrian. Cruise's omission hinders the ability of the department to effectively and timely evaluate safe operation of Cruise's vehicles and puts the safety of the public at risk. Cruise responded to the suspension with their version of how the events unfolded, and I want to be clear that they refute the claim they did not provide their video in its entirety. The link to the full response is in the description below, but here's an excerpt from their statement. The AV detected a collision, bringing the vehicle to a stop, then attempted to pull over to avoid causing further road safety issues. pulling the individual forward approximately 20 feet. The driver of the Nissan Sentra fled the scene after the collision. Shortly after the incident, our team proactively shared the information with the California Department of Motor Vehicles, California Public Utilities Commission, and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, including the full video, and had stayed in close contact with regulators to answer their questions. After a collision, Cruise's AVs are designed to perform a maneuver to minimize the safety risk to the extent possible within the driving context. This is called achieving a minimal risk condition, and it's required under California regulations and encouraged under federal AV guidance. The specific maneuver, such as coming to an immediate stop, pulling over out of the lane of travel, or pulling out of traffic after exiting an intersection, is highly dependent on driving context as well as the Cruise's AV's driving capabilities in the moment. If you aren't necessarily a big fan of Cruise or GM, I can understand you might not feel too bad about a company losing their permit, but if you believe Tesla or Google's Waymo have better functionality, this situation can be a potential roadblock to the widespread adoption of autonomous driving for the companies that you champion. So I hope the injured pedestrian makes a full recovery, and I also hope that Cruise can eventually create a better response to edge cases, especially those involving collisions, because I believe in the long run, autonomous driving done well will save countless lives.